Lined up, ready for the start of this championship. 95 riders on the card. Teams from Austria, Belgium, Canada, the Czechoslovakian, who are wearing the Czech colours, by the way, because evidently they were owned by the Slovakians, the others red, white and blue. They split, of course. You've got either Czech or Slovaks now, but they are going to wear the traditional colours because all the riders from Czechoslovakia have come from the Czech area. So it's a bit complicated, but we hope we pick them out because they've got some good riders there, particularly Corva, who I think we're going to see up there at the front. Denmark then got Henrik Djernis in, the world mountain bike champion. He's riding number 17. The French team here, the German team, they brought the two riders who were second and third in their championships, won by Kluge. Japanese are here with the rider Ohara, who finished 48th last year in Leeds. He's come back for more of the same mixture. And of course the British team I'd mentioned, they're wearing numbers 38 to 42. Luxembourg here, the Dutch team with the two Grenadals in there. And Richard, the amateur champion, I'm sure is one we've got to watch out for. He's riding number 52. Strong team from Poland, just one rider from Romania. Russia sent 4 riders. The Spanish team with Ingachura, and there they all line up. There is Frischnet in the red jersey with the white cross on it. Then we go across the French and the challenge with Pontoni. On the front there is our very strong Spanish rider, Ingachura, I just mentioned, and the Polish riders lined up there, and on the extreme right, the riders from Denmark with Djernis, the man to watch out for. Teams also, Switzerland, the United States, have brought Thomas Hales with them amongst their 4-man team. He was 55th and last year in Leeds, so he's hoping to go a bit better this time. Team from the Ukraine, and of course, the Italian team in the blue in the middle there, and they're wearing numbers 89 to 95. Bellato, Fontana, Grego, Pontoni and Scotty, and they'll be really working hard. This start here where they're lined up, and it's actually, they line them up in order based upon the success in last year's championships. They give them points, and then they line them up in that file based upon the positions in last year's championships. And there they go. So the Italians watch for the blue jerseys coming to the front. In fact, it's not going to be so at the moment. Already the Dutch are going there quickly. Grandal, Gerritsen, Brenjens have set a fast pace at the front. The orange colours of the Dutch getting quickly there, and Richard Gerrandal, who's already gone up onto the front. So that's a very good move by the Dutch. Look, 2 of them there, Canada in there as well, and one of the French, this very fast road start. They always start on a road section, and they get on to the course proper. This is where they've turned off sharp right, and this is a grassy section of the course. And the lungs, I know, will begin now to burst a little under the pressure. Shane then from Holland, one of them has gone down, and Frischnet has gone down as well. Now that was great disappointment then. Frischnet fell, and so did one of the riders from Holland. That was a great disappointment for him. And that's Lucas from Czechoslovakia, who's on the wheel and gone away. These two have taken advantage of that great disappointment. Here we go. Let's see. Yes, it was the Dutch rider who fell down first of all. Lucas on the right for Czechoslovakia clears it. The bouncing bike demolishes one or two riders in the process. This is always a problem with cyclocross, is that you get congestion near the start, and then you've got to fight your way back and work your way through the field. So that's going to be disappointing. Here we are. See, there already 1 or 2 riders changed their bikes where they've had damage. Around the course there are these pits situated. Normally the pits are there for the riders to exchange their bikes when they're covered in mud, but under these circumstances it's going to be, if you get a puncture, then you're going to need to get your bike changed rather, I think, than any problems with the mud. Or of course if you get a spoke go in your wheel and rip the spokes out, pedal go in the wheel, rip the spokes out, then you need to change it. So the mechanics not having a muddy time in this event this time. So the chasing group, as I said, it's going to turn much more into like a road race, and it's already been predicted we might find ourselves with a brunch sprint finish, which is not usual in cyclocross. It did happen a couple of years ago when Van der Poel was tipped at Geeten to win the professional championship and failed to do it. And there goes our 2 leaders. And you can hear that phenomenal noise in the background, by the way. That's the Swiss. They've come down across the border, not too far for them to travel to this one, and they're very vociferous, but of course they're going to be disappointed that Frischnet who in fact has been looking a bit tired recently. He's had a very, very hard mountain bike season when he won the Grundig Series. Hasn't quite been giving the form. He's been finished only second to Pontoni, who's not in the frame at the moment. He's coming through now. There he is. There's the reigning champion trying to close that gap. So he suddenly recognised the danger. And looks like Janssen there from Belgium that's gone across. Mark Janssen, a junior champion, so that the stars begin to come through to the front now. And Pontoni being really urged on with the crowd. He just couldn't get a good start to begin with, but he settled in. And those are the four men in front he's got to pull back. Well, normally in cyclocross, when you get a bit of a break going, no, you can have a look at the course. It's a top end we're going across, that bit of the green at the top of your screens. We're going along there at the moment. All those TV cameras are pictured so that we can pick out the riders in action. On this course, about 2,900 plus meters. Well, Pontoni still back in fourth spot, but they recognise the danger now of this man coming up to them. And look at that speed of the reigning world champion. Determined to get up there. Because one thing being so fast now, that you certainly need a bit of shelter on the wheels. The Brits going mad there, but we haven't spotted the Brit jersey for some time now. France, Belgium, as the order of that little plate chasing group behind. Well, they train on this course now and they know it absolutely to an inch, so you can see how they're chipping round. And so the German riders there, a bit out of contention at the moment, and that was Jörg Arntz we saw quickly on our screen. 9th in this event last year. Well, what a sort out we've had. There'll be some stories told at the end of this race about that slope, and they went over those early parts of the course, so it's unfortunate then I think that some of the riders were delayed somewhat, but now a nice little four-man group going away. Albert Eichen in there for Switzerland. No mistake, I think it's Urs Markwalder. Well, this is a fast pace. I mean, cyclocross doesn't normally be fought out at this place. It's just Markwalder, my mistake there. So, Grundig it is, the rider that escaped that crash when his teammate came down. We picked up Lucas nice and clean. We got Pontoni and number 77 it was then Markwalder, not Albert Eichen, my mistake. He's riding 76, Albert Eichen, who has been the world downhill mountain bike champion. So he's now got to ride on what is a relatively flat course, by the way. Those who are used to watching cyclocross, where they have to really run up some steep inclines with lots of goo about the place. So watching something different this time. It really is a tricky one, isn't it? So on the way through there, Mark Janssen, number 4, and Erwin Verwecken. So Janssen from Belgium beginning to try and get back into contention. Pontoni's doing the right thing. He's just sitting on the wheels now. So he had to work hard to get up there. And now then, I think we're going to see probably about a nice little group of 4 or 5 chasing this one as Grundig leads them through. Round the course, the spectators, including some of the professionals who are riding tomorrow, and everybody out there urging on their compatriots. I'm trying to get a time check on this little group at the front, but they're rapidly going to be overhauled right now, because coming up from very quickly behind, it looks like they're going to be joined by one of the riders from Denmark. And let's have a look at this one as he comes over now. Is he closing the gap? Camera foreshortening it somewhat. It looks like Djernis to me. I have to wait and just have a little check when he comes through. Grundig still leading. Then from Lucas, Pontoni moved up into 3rd spot. And just behind them, the Swiss rider, Mark Volder.